at the net. You're watching Volley Secrets, the lost art.
G'day everyone, welcome to On Court with USPTA. My name is Brad Hobden. In this episode we are looking at the lost art of volleying. Why is it so difficult to be successful at the net? Why are we seeing less net game on the Pro Tour than ever before? The reason we are seeing less net game is that volleying is becoming more difficult as the opponent is able to send more effective shots to pass you. Even at the club level, with the introduction of improved hitting techniques and advanced equipment, we can deliver better shots against a player coming to the net. Therefore, we have to take your volley to a higher level. You will need to be more versatile and be able to handle more extreme situations. I'm going to share some of the secrets of great volleyers and how you can work their magic into your game and become deadly at the net. You have to be ready for everything. You have to be ready for the opponent's best shot, their worst shot, and everything in between. I'll show you what you need to work on so that you can combat the very best baseline players. You must always remember, even though you've got great footwork, you've still got a problem up the other end. Your opponent trying to make it as difficult as they can for you when you come to the net. So you must practice different impact points. Yes, there are ideal impact points, but you still have to work on the high, the medium, and the low impact points. Let's first talk about body posture and how that relates to the varying heights of impact. Let's start with the low ball. It's very important that you understand how you've got to, from a ready position, perhaps to lower your posture to the ball. So a good term that I use for this action is to stride to the ball or lunge. It's not a step. A step is too narrow, and you really don't get down to the ball by increasing the width of your step. So players tend to, from this position, have a posture where they bend over from their back. But when you see a low ball come, if you lower your posture by striding to the ball, this wide base helps lower your hips and helps you really get down in balance for the low ball. Now on a medium height ball, you're pretty much going to stay the same level as you are in your split step or your ready position. So that's a pretty simple one to remember. Medium height ball, stay at pretty much the same level as you do from that position. Now the high ball is where you want to stand tall. Okay, for more advanced players, they're actually going to be a little bit in the air as they make that volley. But stand tall. I find on a lot of high volleys, players are in their ready position, they stay at this level and then reach from their arm and have poor posture and lose control of the ball. And it becomes very weak. So when it's a high volley, I want to see you raise your posture. So go from a middle level posture up to a high posture. Even if you want to get up on the balls of your feet to make that high volley. So posture is a very important concept when the varying heights come. The other one is I want to talk about the distance that the ball is away from your body. Most players receive the ball on the volley try to get it at the same distance from their body. But it's important to understand this concept. The higher the ball is, the farther away from the body the ball contact must be. So on a high volley, the ball contact is away, not in close here, away from the body. So think of a high ball, the ball away from the body. On a medium ball, medium distance from the body. On a low ball, closer to the body. On a low ball, you don't want to be reaching way out, and on a high ball, you don't want to be jammed in close. So remember, the high ball far away, the medium ball, medium distance, and the low ball close in. So the contact points and the posture is going to help you a lot have a better volley and more balls in play.
Do you know the difference between a rally and a volley? The answer after the break. What is the difference between a rally and a volley? A volley is any shot that is struck in the air before it bounces. A rally is an exchange of shots between players. Let's now learn the three directions.
great players have great footwork. And in this part of the series on the volley, we're going to take a look at the three directions that you have to be able to move to be able to make a great volley. You're just not going to have a great volley unless you're able to make a great movement to the ball. You've got to be balanced, and you've got to be either to the ball or away from the ball. Let's have a look at a concept that's really going to help you be in better position to make better volleys. If you think about a clock face, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. Let's take a look first at a forehand volley. I need to be able to make a move from my split step depending on how far that ball is at my body. Is it right at me? Is it near to me? Or is it far away from me? If all you're doing is practicing balls that are near to you, when you get the close ones and the ball's far away from you, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So here's a way that you can work with your footwork to be able to accommodate to all those balls. Because it's very important when making a volley to try to keep the angle between your racket head and your arm and keeping that angle near your body. So how do you make those moves? Let's check it out. With the forehand volley, here's the 2 o'clock step. From the split step, going out to 2 o'clock. This is going to help me on a wide ball. So if I get a wide ball, it's out to 2 o'clock. Now if I get a ball hit near my body, from my split step, I'm going to go straight forward. So I'm not going to crowd the ball, but I'm still getting my weight into the ball and being very solid and very balanced, again, maintaining this angle. That's for the ball that's hit close. Now the one that's hit at your body, the ball that so many players have trouble with, they get jammed on this. I can still move away and hit a forehand volley if I go out to 10 o'clock. So I have the 10 o'clock volley right here for the ball at my body. The 12 o'clock volley for the ball that's hit near my body. And at 2 o'clock, I can move out very wide for the wide forehand volley. This same thing helps you on the backhand side. Let's take a look at that. On the wide backhand, I'm going to use the 10 o'clock step to get that wide ball. The ball that's hit near my body, I'm going to use the 12 o'clock step to play the backhand volley. If the ball is hit right at my body, I'm going to go out to the 2 o'clock. So all in total, you're going to have 6 footwork patterns that's going to help you move into position to hit a better volley. Let's just finish with all 6 of those. The wide backhand, the forward, 12 o'clock, the 2 o'clock. Take a look on the forehand, 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and the 10 o'clock. Those 6 footwork patterns are going to move you into position so you're going to hit some great balanced volleys. Also in your practices, don't just work on a volley that's a nice distance away from your body, that's really comfortable, that you can step out to. Your opponent is not going to deliver you a ball just a nice distance from your body. Perhaps they're drilling it right at you. Maybe they're trying to pass you with a wide angle. Therefore, you need to practice volleying against balls that are right at your body, near your body, and far away from your body. And remember, each one of these volleys as well will have certain responses. When the ball's hit at your body, you're not going to be as offensive as if it's near. The near volley is a comfortable volley. When you get the ball at your body and far from your body, you're going to have to work on specific placements of the ball and be able to respond to these difficult volleys so that you don't get burned on the next shot.
Let's go back and look at a graphical representation of the 3 impact points. When you line up the optimum contact points for each volley height, the result is a V. This shows that the higher the contact point is, the farther away the ball will be. Think of the V when trying to decide how far away impact point should be from your body. Could it be possible to lose the collision and still win the point? Stay tuned to find out. Is it possible to lose the collision and still win the point? Of course it is. However, first you need to know what we mean by collision, and to explain further, let's go to Brett.
The first concept you should understand is the importance of the collision of the racket and ball. I'm going to share with you 3 critical concepts about those collisions: winning, meeting, and losing the collision. Let's talk about winning the collision. This is when you need to add power, penetrate the court, get the ball to get right through the court past your opponent, and force them through speed of ball. Now, this concept is at impact point. As the ball is approaching the racket starting behind the ball, slightly above and behind the ball, and at contact, the racket is winning the collision. Definitely winning that collision between racket and ball. A lot of players, when they try to add pace to a volley, this doesn't occur. What happens is the racket more or less stops. In some extreme circumstances, players have the racket traveling way too far through the ball, almost as in a swing out of control. But as long as that racket wins the collision, for example, if you were to think of it this way, if the racket was 15 inches behind the ball and finished 15 inches in front of the ball so that the collision occurs in between that movement, you're definitely going to win the collision. That's great for penetrating the court and using power on a volley. Let's talk a little bit about meeting the collision. So this is best when you're looking to hit angle volleys or just into the open court. You've received a powerful ball where returning power is not the most important thing. Placement is, and this is particularly great when hitting cross-court volleys, because when you hit a cross-court volley, you don't have as much court to work with, and the shallower and the sharper the volley is, the less court you've got to go to. So in this instance, when the ball meets the racket, all that's necessary is the racket to meet the collision and not to go through it. This is sufficient to use the pace of the incoming ball to create your shot. Now let's talk about the third point, losing the collision. This is great for when you want to absorb the speed of the ball and hit like a drop volley. So the approaching ball, the velocity of that ball, when you have a relaxed enough hand and wrist, the ball is going to win the collision, and therefore you're going to see that the racket head is going to rebound back from collision. This is what's going to help absorb the speed of that ball and is fantastic for hitting drop shots. So when you understand the concept of winning, meeting, and losing the collision, your ability to control the ball, its speed, its depth, angles, hitting it short, all these great controls come to fruition because you have those 3 concepts down. If you can work on these 3 types of collisions of the racket and ball, it will significantly help you become a better volleyer. Now, to practice a skill like the 3 collisions, you need to vary the speed of the oncoming ball. To really do this justice and to really gain control of a ball against balls that you're going to receive in match play, you need to practice on fast, medium, and slow balls. Not always is the fast ball a difficult volley. You know as well as I do how difficult that slow floater can be at all levels of the game. So when you practice your volleys, make sure you put into your practice program fast, medium, and slow balls, and also change the response of your technique. Remember, on the fast volley, you'll be using a much more compact, short blocking technique. On a medium ball, you'll have the luxury of increasing the length of that movement. And on a slow ball, you'll be able to take a much larger racket movement at the ball, even up to a swing volley. But working on the different speeds when you practice your volley, again, will prepare you for all the changing circumstances in match play.
Now that ground strokes can be so powerfully hit from a high impact point and from both sides, players are now able to deliver a devastating swing volley instead of just a plain firm volley from this high impact point. If you are comfortable hitting high ground strokes, this shot is a must-add to your game. Next, learn more on how to handle fastballs with your volleys. It's common for most players to overswing on a fast incoming ball. Now, Brett coaches a junior competitive player on how to volley a fast incoming shot.
Let's take a look at David hitting a couple of these fast volleys, see what he's doing, and then we'll have a look to see if we can make a few adjustments, okay? Let's try that. Just taking a look at David's volley there, for the type of speed that he's receiving, David's got way too much racket work going on. This is a really important part about handling speed. Your wrist has to be extremely stable to be able to match and meet and beat the speed of this ball. When you hit this volley, you've got to make sure that you don't let your hand go forward, that you don't let your hand come under or come over on this ball. Let me hit a couple there and show you. Do you see what I'm talking about? Look at the racket face there. Watch the racket face again. See how it's stopping on the line of the ball, not letting the racket tip get through too much. Let's try that one more time. There we go. Nice. Okay, finish there. Okay. Do you feel by shortening it up a little bit, you gain a bit more control?
Yeah, I feel like I'm having a lot more preparation time, and I'm not hitting the balls late.
And do you feel that by just when you take your racket back, you keep your arm here, don't move your arm back separately from your body. That also will help, right? Okay, good job, Dave.
Thanks.
Way to go. Now, you've also got to be able to make a great move when the opponent hits the ball. We just talked about those 6 steps. So one of the movements is a step. So when you do your split step, you've got to make that as your move. Now, that move is made usually when the opponent hits a faster ball. You don't have any more time than to make your split step and make the movement. So it's going to be a split and then the step. That's your move. Okay, that's all the time you've got for. But if you receive, let's say, a softer ball, you might have to make your split, and the movement is to run up to the ball. This is a common mistake players make. They feel everything's just a split in one step, so they let the ball drop low. So if your opponent hits a soft ball, a floater, when you make your split step, you see it, then you've got to make that move up to the ball to not let it drop low. So it's not a split and a step. It's going to be a split and a move, moving forward, running up. And let me tell you, on that high floater ball, don't stop when you hit it. Move through the ball. Take that high volley and move through it. But it's only going to happen if you make your split and move forward. Now, another situation is you split and move back. Not everything that's hit high is going to be an overhead. Some balls are hit high, but not that high that you'll be able to take it as an overhead. So what I want you to do there is split, turn, and back up to make that high volley, to get in better position for that high ball. So you've got 3 moves. They hit a fast ball. It's move in, split, step, make your step. That's number 1. The next one is move in, split, move up to the ball. Don't let it drop. And the third one is making sure that you have the ability to split and back up a couple of steps to take that higher ball. Some of the higher balls may be a little bit of out of reach where you are, but you have to move into position. So remember, follow up that next ball with either the split and the step, the split and the close, or the split and the back up. That'll help you get in even better position. I hope some of these volley secrets that I've shared with you from the pros are going to help make you a much better volleyer. What I'd like you to do is pick the few that connect most with you, that you feel like these are the ones that can really help improve my volley game, and go out with your friend, with your partner, with your USPTA pro, and practice them. I know that's going to make you a better volleyer. You'll play better in today's game.
To understand and perform a great volley, remember there are 3 impact points: high, medium, and low. Then focus on the 3 directions or positions necessary to handle volleys that are at you, near you, or away from you. It's key to realize the 3 collisions, which are winning, meeting, and losing, and those 3 concepts correspond to not only direction, but also help you with your tactical decisions. Another element we covered was the 3 speeds of the oncoming ball: fast, medium, and slow. Finally, remember the 3 movements of back, stepping, and up. If you can understand and apply all these principles, you will improve your net game and become a better all-around player. Tune in again next time for another lesson of On Court with USPTA.